Hi, and welcome back to Wildsunne Art Studio. My name is Robinsunne, and I am still talking about embellishments. These are a little different than what I usually make, but I think they came out really well, and I wanted to show them to you. Aren't they pretty? So this is a piece of map paper that kind of printed pink because my blue is running low. Anyway, it was by either Ilona Online or My Porch Prints. I'm so sorry, I can't remember. I might be able to look it up. Oh, I know where I can look. So I hope that I will remember and post this in the description box exactly whose paper that is. And then this is one of the card-shaped flowers I did the other day. And this is another piece, I think, from her papers. A little piece of felt with a little piece of lace and a paper cut from origami paper. And here's basically all the same elements, only this has black, which kind of went with the black splotches on the map paper. I really like how it turned out. And here it is with a yellow paper cut. So, yeah, I just really like these, and I love using little paper cuts on the embellishments. So I also wanted to introduce you to the rest of the embellishments that I made last time. So I have a medallion shape and stacked rectangles and a word, and I have colored the edge with blue edges. So interconnection, preponderance, the frivolous yet crucial making of art. We're already here. You know, I was looking at sometimes I get interested in these things, looking at a religious service on YouTube the other day, and I'm listening to the people go through their words and when to have which position, you know, kneeling, sitting, standing, whatever, and going through all the words, and there was such care being given to saying the right words in the right way at the right time with everybody else sort of in sync and in rhythm. And I totally get that these kinds of behaviors, you know, group activities tend to heighten the energy that we have, and if it's energy pointed at a specific thing like reverence or whatever the feeling is, it totally makes sense to use those. I just feel like lots of times we end up mistaking that heightened feeling for the feeling that, I don't know about you, but I always just wanted to belong somewhere, and I wanted somebody strong and powerful on my side. Now we're talking about me as a little kid, but, well, actually as an adult. I have wanted somebody strong on my side and wanted to be sort of a part of a group or a culture where everybody sort of felt strongly about good things. I always felt like there was something special I had to do in order to be in the in club. And I'm coming to realize all of us, we're already here. We are already divine and magical, and we have superpowers, and we are lovable and special in all kinds of different ways, each of us in our own little story. But we need all the stories to get together and do everything we're supposed to be doing, and we're already here. We already have our stories. We're already fabulous. We're already lovable. I like that idea. Name your delight. Daydream. What makes you happy? Wonder. Very much muchness. The saying our minds with handwork. Perhaps you agree with me that handwork makes us better people. Exuberant loveliness. You ever seen a garden in spring? Exuberant loveliness. Like kind of over the top. Kind of amazing. We are already here. So I like these cards. They're yummy. They've got some depth because of the edge coloring. I love the words on them. They're not as detailed. There isn't as much stuff in the back. There's all these little handwriting, printed writing on the maps. And I like that. So I like using little paper cuts. But now it's too late on these because if I put them on, they would be over the top of the, and now they're all together. They'd be over the top of the writing. So that wouldn't work. So, after the last video, I spent a lot of very delicious time making hot colored stacked medallions and cool colored stacked medallions. Let's mix these up. Aren't these just wonderful? So now I could indeed, let's use a red one. It's kind of like picking up air. Well, air with little pokies. I kind of like it as a diamond. So, yeah. So now I have to figure out this. But I also am going to have to make these bigger. There's going to have to be one more echo of color around the edges. So, I have this many cards. I was working hard the other day. And I only have that many cards, and I only have this many paper cuts. So clearly, my next job is to make more paper cuts. So, I have here in my handy dandy little sleeve protector thing a bunch of, see, that has some of the Polynesian Maori. I love those. I could do that here. There's no reason why not. So I want kind of smallish. I'm actually wondering if I should go even smaller. Even smaller than this. Yeah, like these little ones. Let's test that theory. Okay, so I could do this size, or this size, or this size. Many, many choices. But let's try the this littlest square. And if we like it, we can keep going. So it's been a while since I've cut paper with you all. This again is origami paper. It's, you know, solid colored, not printed. I think printed would be a little too much information, a little too noisy for my eyes. What's the word you use when your eyes are overwhelmed? If it's too much sound, it's noisy, but if it's too much detail, that sounds so mild. Noisy is a better adjective. Well, until we figure that out. We can, if you know, if there's a word that has the feeling of being like jarringly noisy with too much visual information, there's an adjective for that. And you know, would you put it in the comments below? Thank you very much. Let's come right up so you can see me. So I'm kind of cutting around in a little spiral. This is the point in the middle of the paper. These are the open edges. Let's do this. And the paper is so little like this. It's a little hard to hold on. I'm trying so hard. So much focus here. Even the scissors are creaking. I've never heard these scissors creak before. I love these little mandorla shapes. They seem sort of like, you know, almost feathers or something. This is so tiny. Okie dokie. So that's lots of little teeny tiny cuts. And if I haven't told you before, I will tell you again. I highly recommend going and buying a like $10 pack of plain origami paper and doing this with the origami paper. It's lovely bright colors, and look at that. Isn't that lovely? Great against the deep, rich purple. So there's one little hole there. Oops. What else shall we try? How about this one, which is the next size up? So I think what you need, if you're going to cut lots of these, is either a very active imagination, where you can have all kinds of delicious conversations with people of your dreams. I heard of somebody, who was it? Oh, I think it was Napoleon Hill, who wrote I don't know, it's a book about the law of attraction. He wrote it in the, I don't know, 40s or 50s. Something about mindset and wealth, and I don't know. That's ridiculous. I cannot remember. Anyway, he said that, and I think it was him, that he had, or maybe he was talking about one of the people that he had interviewed, and he said that they had these conversations with people alive and dead, and one of his people was Abraham Lincoln, and yeah, wouldn't that be cool to have fantasy conversations with Abraham Lincoln? The other day on, I think it was Facebook, I saw a picture of what Mr. Lincoln looked like before the Civil War and 4 years later after the Civil War. And he was a completely changed man. I mean, which is actually true. I can't think of any president I remember thinking this about Mr. Bush Jr., about Mr. Obama. Yeah, everybody looks really old when they get out of the White House. I mean, I don't mean that in an unkind way. I just mean, yeah, that line, heavy wears the crown. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. I saw this on a TV show. It's a Shakespeare line from, I don't know, King Richard or something. It is heavy. I mean, even just being a mom, responsibility is responsibility. Except we're a parent for a very much longer time than we are a president. Wouldn't that be weird if you could get voted to be a parent? Huh. This is kind of interesting. Let's find a good color. How about blue? What do you think? Kind of interesting, having the hearts go out. I read something. Oh, no, I was listening to Lisa Nichols, and she was talking about service being a way. Oh, that's what it was. Service being a path towards wealth. Kind of cool. Remember, there was some man, I probably should not mention names, but there was a biz guru guy, and he said, yeah, so the thing is service. You know, it's not all about me. It's about what can I give to my community. I'm like, this is not an issue that most women have. Oh, service, that's a new concept. Yeah, women don't really have a problem figuring out that we need to be of service. If anything, we have something of a problem learning how to turn it off or get a life. And I mean that in the nicest of the ways. I mean, you know, it's the culture we were raised in. So, of course, that's pretty easy to think about. So this is just really watching me cut lots of little paper cuts. I have to say, this size, let's see if we can find a ruler without shaking everything up. So this is about 2 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5/16, 2 and a quarter square. And that's much easier than this little teeny one, which was 1 5/8. Yeah, that's very, very, very tiny. But oh, it's so cute. Oh, let's bring back the other one too, because that's fun. And so this is what I'm going to be doing today, except I wanted to do another video today, and that I think will not be about making ephemera. This is a long process, you know. I mean, especially if you're not making 3 of them, but you're making about 100 of them. You know, it's a long process. First, you have to match the first 2 colors, and then you have to figure out what the 3rd color is going to be. And now we're going to be putting paper cuts on them and making much bigger echo surrounds for them. Not that we would use that color. Red. How about that? How about not that? How about black? Ooh. Oh my gosh. And then you could put a word. So I'm going to have to explain this little word thing. It says, "You are mysterious." Also, it's sort of cut badly. And what I was thinking of is that we're all magical. And so we're all a part of the mystery. You are mysterious. That's pretty cute. Ooh, how about this one? This is really pretty. Should make one like that has this little diamond up in the corner. Let's see if I can figure that out. They love it when they sort of explode. Yeah, so it would be good to have a very lovely imagination while one is cutting hundreds of something. it would be good to have a really good TV show. There's this TV show that's newly out that I've watched a couple times that I am enjoying so much. Not the creepy characters, but the nice characters. It's called Roswell, New Mexico, and it's a remake of a TV show that was made 10 or 15 years ago, and probably 10. And both shows are a TV version of a book called Roswell High. Might be interesting to go read the book. Anyway, there was a crash in Roswell in, I think it was 1947. And apparently there were people from another planet on the, and the crash was in Roswell, New Mexico. And there were people on the interstellar starship. And by most accounts, humans did not knock themselves out being overly kind to our visitors from another galaxy or something. Oh, that. It's kind of pretty. So see, it is like, see if we can do these both together. Yeah, they both have these little diamonds up in the corner and little triangles there. Ooh, this one has a heart and this one has mandorlas. Of course, that one has mandorlas too. Well, there we are. All right. We are fabulous. There we are. We are fabulous. May you know your fabulousness today and every day. Bye. I'll see you next time.